So I left paint on my paint palette last night, and it probably wasn't the best thing to do. I never do, but I did this time because I was feeling lazy and had to wait for a spray paint to dry onto one of my candles. But we're just gonna peel this off really quick and get started with the video and put y'all at a better angle so you can better see me. If I do that. Okay, and fix my lighting a little bit. Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another video. So I'm shooting this one a little bit differently to try something different, and I'm actually going to be painting candles while I talk to you about my new tattoo. So I tried to shoot this last week, but the children were interrupting completely. So that's why I decided to just do it today, because it was not working out yesterday. So this is what I had so far. Smells great. But anyway, my name is Hashmil Baruch, formerly known as BB Austin on this YouTube channel anyway. I do spiritually related videos. If that's something that you're interested in, please hit the subscribe button down below, as well as the notification bell, so you can get notified whenever I post a new video. So anyways, I don't even know if I had this conversation with you guys, because a while ago I had actually had this vision of a triangle with a circle in the middle of it, and I really didn't think there was any relevance to it at all. I thought it was mostly related to Zelda and the Triforce, because I'm a big fan of that. But I tried to do some more research on it to actually get into that. Before I start talking too much about that, I'm actually going to reference a book that started these visions and whatnot, called Conscious Inc. Let me see if I can actually pull that out really quick. This book right here by Lisa Beretta. Amazing read, by the way. I know I've told you you guys that before. I'm telling you again. So basically what the book is about is having to do with tattoos and how they can actually unlock things spiritually for you, or embed things into the aura. So in this book and reading that, I was finding out more and more things about like specific placements that you put tattoos, how they can actually mean something subconsciously, and you may not even be aware. Didn't have my paint out. So thing is that after reading this book, I had this vision of a triangle with a circle in it. I'm going to put a photo of that right here, as well as a reference to the Triforce from Zelda, if you guys aren't familiar with that, and they are two totally different signs. That's why I was a bit confused. And then I'm going to tell you exactly what happened and why I got it and all of that. So after I wrote it down, I drew it out, and I just held on to it because I thought it might be something that could be possibly important. It was that and another vision of another tattoo that I had, but I am not showing that until I actually get that one. And that may be a little while longer for that one before I get it. So I meditated on it and everything for a little while at that moment, which was probably sometime last year. Actually, it was a while ago. And I was just told to basically put it away until it was needed. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's what I'll do with it. So eventually what ended up happening was I meditated on it some more, and then I was told that it's actually time to get it closer to around when my birthday rolled around, which was August 16th. And I was told to put it on my rib cage on the right side right here. Now at first, the only one that I kept seeing was the upward triangle. But then later on, I was also told about the downward triangle with the circle in the middle of it. So when I started to research what exactly these signs meant, a lot of stuff was coming up having to do with the Wiccan community. Harry Potter came up quite a few times too, which was quite annoying, because I'm like, I'm not trying to get a Harry Potter sign on my body. So I ended up finding out that a triangle with the circle in the middle upward actually stands for masculine energy, and then the triangle downward actually represents feminine energy. The circle in the middle actually represents the self, the higher self, or God, and then the triangle itself is like awake, aware, alive, or the Holy Trinity, whichever way that you want to look at it. So after doing that and finding out that information, I was told that it was actually something that I needed to do for myself in order to balance masculine and feminine energy. So I was told to put one on my right side and then the downward triangle on my left side, which also the right side of the body is actually the masculine side. The left side of the body is actually the feminine side. So this is what I got. Hopefully you can see it's kind of blurry there. So I went ahead and got it after I got told about it, which is also right before I got this, I was already told that I was going to get my name changed, which that's another video. I'll make sure I link that below to talk about that a little bit more. But I wanted to actually talk about how exactly tattoos can actually become spiritual or a rite of passage, as they have for me, and things that I've actually had a realization of when I did it myself. So the thing is that one thing that's pretty interesting about tattoos is the fact that it's a pain that's in that moment and you're present with it, and eventually it'll actually pass and be over with, which is a lot like life when you actually really think about it. Even while I was doing the tattoo, I kind of felt like I was going into a trance myself while I was actually getting it done, which previously, before I had started getting the tattoo, I was starting to be told that I needed to do a shamanic journey, and some of that actually tried to start while I was actually receiving the tattoo. The thing is that's actually interesting about a tattoo being something that can be spiritual. Anything that you put on your body can actually have a meaning, especially with the placement, and it can affect your aura in a specific type of way. And I will say that since I've gotten these tattoos, I've actually felt a lot more balanced myself with masculine and feminine energy. I feel like it makes me a little bit more aware of it, which is actually great. And then even during the whole tattoo process, the thing is that it really helps you to realize how it's important that you be present with the now. Even though it was a painful situation, you know, I had to make sure that I kept myself aware. And this really relates having to do with being more aware just in everyday life. A lot of us, we live in our heads most of our lifetime and we don't even realize it. And the reason it can actually be bad is because you'll actually never be happy with anything, because you're always looking towards the future for your happiness. And I know most of my life I've always lived like that, where it was kind of like, I'll be happy once I get this, and I'll be happy once I get that, and then you get that thing, and then you're like, well, I'll really be happy once I get this thing after that. But the thing is that you have to learn to be accepting of everything that's actually thrown at you, whether it's good or bad. It's not that it's going to feel good when it happens. You know, none of this stuff that we go through, some of this stuff, I should say, that we go through, it's not something that we are thrilled to have. Some of these things that happens, you know, like losing family, or having bad relationships with people, or having bad breakups and things like that. But, you know, you have to be aware during each situation, and then also learn from these situations as well too. And I feel like even with a tattoo, that's definitely something that has made me think about that a lot more, if I wasn't already thinking about it enough, you know what I mean? And as much as, I'm sorry, I'm trying to finish painting Michael Myers' skin tone on here, and then I have to highlight his collar. But anyway, but it's actually really interesting to look at it that way. And then even when I did that, there was still more things that seemed to be falling into place. Like even with the shamanic journey, even though it didn't happen immediately after as I anticipated, the thing is that I still got further along in it. It started to happen a little bit more with that. Okay, sorry about this. I'm adding this on 2 weeks later because of how many times I kept getting interrupted. But there's also a reason that it was placed on my rib cage. So the rib cage, according to this, actually has to do with the seat of emotions, contains our deepest feelings and the center of sexuality and our gut feelings towards life. So that was the rest of the reason as to why I actually got it on my rib cage, and why I'm actually sure that that's why my guru wanted me to get it on my rib cage. I hope this video actually helps you guys, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.